You are live, guys.
So, should we start?
Yes, go ahead.
A very good evening to one and all present over here. Myself, Gargi Pathare from TPO of MIT UE. So, today we have Rahul Rathod and Mrunal Barpatre. So, first of all, guys, congratulations for your great success to be placed in Accenture. Let's begin with today's session. Firstly, I'll go with the Rahul, then Mrunal, you have to continue. Will it be okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay. So first of all, we'll go with the very basic question. Please introduce yourself and tell something about your company.
hello everyone. Uh, I am Rahul Govind Rathod uh, from Chemical Engineering Department, and I am from batch
Sorry to interrupt.
2022.
Hello,
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt. Please, on your mic. Sorry, camera.
okay.
Yes,
Am I
thank you.
visible?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Hello everyone. So I am Rahul Govind Rathod. So I am from Chemical Engineering Department, and I am from the batch 2022 and placed in Accenture company. So uh, basically, Accenture is we all know that the name suggests as it is a biggest consultancy firm, and it is basically works in different sectors, and it is also Fortune 500 in the Fortune 500 companies. So these are the things.
Runal, will you please continue?
yes, sir. I'm Runal Barapate, graduated from chemical engineering last year. I had the placement offer from Accenture, and I got another offer, so I accepted that. So Accenture is a really good company in terms of the mass recruiting one. It itself is in Fortune 500 companies, and it also has various clients in Fortune 500 companies. So whatever I heard from my friends and colleagues and seniors, Accenture is very good company to work for.
Okay, so it's really the good one from listening to you. The next one and the very important phase is the preparation phase. So when you started the preparation and what you prepare, like which concept did you make the clear?
So should we go with first?
Rahul, I'll continue with you first.
Yeah, so basically, we have started our preparation during after the end of the third year. During that phase, we were like curious where we will get the job and what will be our future. So at that time, we just tried to focus and got the guidance from our seniors, and we were also curious to know how to prepare, where to go, and how things need to be done by us so that we get placed in some of the other company. So basically, we have started our journey from that part, and before that, only from our first year, also there was BTech Guru lessons, and the weekly tests were going on. So at that time, we don't used to take it seriously at that time, but after that, gradually when time gone, then we found that it is really important for us. So we just tried to accept that, and we just tried to learn from it, and we took it seriously, and we started our preparation of aptitude, reasoning, verbal abilities from that side. Then there were some sessions which were like soft skill sessions were there, and many activities our college used to do, like for our verbal skills, like soft skills and vocabularies. So in that way, we prepared in that phase also about how to develop our personality and skills. Then the remaining part about attire and things were also taught by our teachers in our third year as well as in the fourth year during our initial days of our displacement. So in this way, we just started preparing ourselves in aptitude as well as the soft skills which we have, and they also told us about where we have to focus and what are the strengths and weaknesses, we have to identify it by ourselves, and after that we have to uh, put it in and display it to others. So that things really help me out to just organize myself in a proper manner. Yeah, Mrunal, you can go ahead.
Yeah, whatever company that you are working for, I am talking in where placement that you will be go. First of all, the approach that I followed was I first of all researched about the company on web portals like Glassdoor, LinkedIn, Ambition Box, etc. To know what kind of company that is the reviews, its reviews. Then some of those websites have interview experiences and some questions that are asked in the interview. So it gives us fair idea about how we have to go about our preparation. So yeah, as Rahul mentioned, we were given the uh, BTech Guru subscription to uh, improve our aptitude skills, and the as we are going for the IT company, we have to prepare for the coding related topics also. So the first year classes in uh, the subject about computer science that we had in first year, that means its concept helps a lot in preparation. Also, there are interview experiences that are posted in various websites like Gigs for Geeks, Prep Insta, etc. So we can refer that to prepare well for the interview for the placement process. Also, to practice these concepts or the coding practice, we can go to the the portals such as Geek for Geeks, as I mentioned earlier, and HackerRank. They are fairly good questions that are asked in various placement processes, and Accenture is no also not any exception to that.
We can conclude that in your preparation phase, there was also the enjoyment plus with the combination of hard work. So really
Yes,
salute for
yes.
your hard work. And the next one, what were the rounds and how would you rate the questions in the technical round?
Yeah. So basically, there were around four steps, we can say, if we divide it. Like first was the shortlisting one, which was there was no like higher criteria or any percentage criteria. There was just two criteria, that we don't have any live backlog, and around the gap of our study must be around 1 year, max to max. So there, that was the basic criteria. So everyone was eligible for Accenture. So as it was a share day company, and most of the share day companies have this kind of criteria. So they don't keep high criteria for us. So during after the shortlisting, there was a we received the mail of that aptitude round. So first round was cognitive and technical round, in which there were around 90 minutes were given to us, and there were 90 questions. Basically, it was consist of around aptitude, verbal, reasoning, as well as the technical. From the cognitive part, these were the three topics, and from the technical part, there were like basic questions on the MS Excel. Then pseudo codes were there. Then some logic building questions were there, algorithms were there. So these kind of basic questions were there, and the whole total number of questions were 90, and we were given 90 minutes. So per question, each question requires 1 minute. It gives 1 minute. So it was, and we can jump from one question to another question at any time we want. And there was also like we can come, if we have not solved the previous one question and we want to jump to that previous question, then we can do. The portal in which we have given that test was very much like friendly, because I can say one of the case during the TCS time, they were having the time limit, as well as we can't used to come back to the previous question, and we were given a, for particular question there were around 90 seconds or 60 seconds kind of time period, due to which there were many questions we were not able to do it properly. But here in Accenture, this was a very friendly and good environment, so we were able to solve our question in a very good manner. After that technical and cognitive test, within 5 minutes, not it it doesn't take only even 5 minutes. Within 2 minutes only, I got my that selection mail that I am qualified for the next step. And after that, there was a coding round. So in that coding round, actually, uh, there were two coding questions and 45 minutes were given to us. So the difficulty level of coding questions were like, one question was easy, uh, e- yes, easy, and the another was bit like moderate question, or say we can say higher as compared to, because we are from the non-technical streams of IT. So we faced a little bit difficulty in that. So that kind of question was there. So, and the difficulty level of cognitive and aptitude test was like, it was a moderate one, moderate to easy, because the questions which I experienced in that part was easily solvable by me within uh, 40 seconds or 30 seconds, some of the questions. So I believe that there was not that much tough questions made by them. So after that, these two step, in you have to check in that most of my friends did one mistake during the test. When they reached to the coding test, in that coding test, they found that due to some misguidance, I guess, or anything else, they didn't solve any of the questions from that two coding questions. They thought it is not an elimination round for the question, for the next step, but it was an elimination round, due to which most of my friends which I know, they didn't got selected because they have not even appeared for any of the coding questions. So you have to appear for at least one of the coding question, at least the easiest one, so that you can qualify for the next round. So keep in mind that whenever you will be facing that, then you have to solve at least one question, or you try to solve both the questions, so that package is different is we can see. So just solve one of the question at least for non-tech departments, and for tech departments, you can go ahead with anything. So after that, there was a communication assessment test. In that test, also it was a kind of vocabulary test. We have to just repeat the sentences, like the computerized sentences we used to display on the screen, and they used to display on screen, and we have to just uh, pronounce it properly. So that kind of assessment was that. That was the easiest assessment, but it was of hardly 22 minutes, I guess. So that assessment was there. After that, there was a technical and HR interview. After that assessment, communication assessment. In that technical and HR interview, we found that it was basically, I can't say it is a technical interview, but most of the HR and situation based questions were asked to me during my interview. Like basic questions were there: introduce yourself, and why you want to join IT company, why you choose chemical engineering. This kind of questions were there. Then there were some situation based, like what was your project. They were mainly focused. The person who was interviewing me, he just focused on my projects, and according to it, he asked me the questions. Like, I can suggest you that during that process, we can take the flow of the interview, but we need to develop that skill, that how we want to make our interview. Like, I wanted that my interview must be diverted to my project side, because I have prepared it in a better way. So I just diverted it to my project side by telling them that I have done this and that projects, and after that he just took interest in it. And after that, when I explained him the project, so he was really impressed with me, though he was not from my core knowledge, or he was not knowing about my core department. But when I explained him in that way, so that he understood the bit around 50%, he got that understanding that yes, something which he did was valuable. So that made some impact on me, him. After that, there were questions like, one of the question was, like why you as a chemical engineer want to join our company. So I just answered him. There was This was the answer which was given by one of my alumni. Like, she was from 2021 batch, and we were also having this kind of interaction when it was our time in 2022, in 21. So at that time, she told me that she has given one good answer to the interviewer, and that exact answer, not exact, but similar answer I gave to my interviewer, and he was really impressed at me. Like there was one question that why you want to join as a you are a chemical engineer and why you want to join an IT sector. So I just told him that as an engineer, engineers are not restricted to any stream, and for running a company, there is no one stream knowledge is required. So different stream knowledge of engineering is required for running a company. And he just smiled, and then I explained him further that there were many sectors like uh, I know that your clients are in pharmaceutical industry, then chemical industry, as well as the air products industry. So I can understand the project requirements in a better way, and I can implement my chemical engineering skills as well as the IT skills which I will be getting from your side will also helpful for me to push myself in your company in a better way. So this kind of answer I gave, and he was really impressed with me. So this was the basic idea, which and the basic experience which I felt there.
Okay, so as Rahul mentioned in starting, we have the technical and verbal aptitude. So in that, we have to make sure that we understand happens in the pseudocode actually. So we have to understand its flow, and we have to answer according to that. So we have to. There are some pseudocode which are hard to comprehend sometimes. So you have to make sure you use your time accordingly. Don't waste so much time on pseudocode. Or if there are some easier question in the aptitude side, you can you can answer them quickly, and then use the remaining time to solve the pseudocode. So there were also some theoretical questions about cloud and networking also in that, which I faced. If you read some things about cloud and networking, it will be easier to answer those questions. They are not so much difficult. Then after that, in after the aptitude was done, in few minutes we got the invitation for the coding round. In that there were two questions, as Rahul mentioned, for 45 minutes. The difficulty level can be easy to moderate. I got both the easy questions, as if I say that. Uh, so in it is not mandatory that you do both the questions, but one of the question, if you do one of the question, then also there are chances that you can get in the in the next procedure. uh, there are test cases in those questions which we need to pass in order to submit the question successfully. For if Even if in one of the question you solve all the cases, and in the next question you solve one of them and one of them is wrong, it means, uh, if you can't comprehend what is the error in that, you can go with that if you have written the code. And as we are not from the non IT background, it is don't try to go with very complex kind of code. You can go with uh, very simple code without using much of uh, the logics that are used by the computer students. If you write a very basic code, then also it is acceptable. Then after that, after a few days or so, there was the communication assessment, in which there was we had to pronounce some words shown on the screen, and there were also the hearing test also, that if we can understand different accents and what they are saying, we have to repeat that by after hearing that. That was about it. After this communication down, in 15 days or so, I guess, the interview was called for. In the interview, they asked very basic questions, not much technical questions, only most of the HR questions. I was asked some of the questions related to database and SQL. So you have to just have basic understanding of that. I mean, as Rahul said, we have to divert our interview in the areas that we are confident in. So I mostly kept it in my project side and some of the SQL related things, as I have done some courses on that. So I was asked some question on that and some of my hobbies, interests, etc. And some situation-based question like how do we handle a certain situation if some problem happens, etc. I am not remembering the exact question. So and yeah, that was about it. For the what we say, for the interview round, you can some of the questions can be repeated from the websites. I happen to some of my friends got the questions that I read while preparing for the interview for the coding round. So make sure you go through all the questions, means most of the questions that are uh, there on the internet in the placement process, and there are some of the solved questions also. You can also refer them and practice on that. So that's about it.
So like, did you got my the next question? Like, am I was audible at that time?
No, actually.
Hello.
Yeah.
You are audible now. You left for the
So
some minute.
okay. So the very important part before getting the placement is to get the train for a particular company, and that we can get from the internship. So I request you that where you did the internship and how it helped for your placement.
Yeah, actually, uh, my there were around three internships which I have done, and during and most of the latest one which I have uh, done was from the Green Circle INC, and it was also in consultancy firm, and it was morely basically worked on safety, like safety rules and safety regulations, that kind of stuff. So during my interview, he didn't got much involved in my internships because I told him that I have done the internship in the online mode. So for that reason, he didn't ask me much about it. But yeah, it creates impact. If you want to tell him that I have done this activity, that activity, then you can definitely go with it. And if he'll go, then he will definitely ask that what you learned, what you, how you handle the situation. Then is there any situation came during that time that you have to take a responsibility for something. So this kind of situation based question they might ask on uh, the internships as well. Runal.
For me too, I did my intern before getting placement in Accenture. I did my internship in Atacon Enterprises. It was a core chemical company working in the manufacturing of equipment. So there was no direct relation about for the internship and the placement in the Accenture. But yes, they do see your determination towards your work and your problem solving abilities. So they may ask questions about the internship and some related questions like how did you handle certain situations in your internship, and how was they can ask you about your internship, and so if they are knowledgeable enough in our fields also, they also ask some of the core questions also to know if we are sincere in our studies at all, studies and other things also.
So thank you for your great opinion. And the next one, the what we say, event which we are conducting in our colleges, like MCAT and BTech Guru. Those tests are very important according to the placement perspective. So how did they help? Like the questions were the same, the toughness level of MTech and BTech Guru with the technical and non-technical rounds, or it were different?
Uh, okay, so
Yeah,
BTech
Mrunal, go
Guru
ahead.
was the questions from BTech Guru were slightly on the harder side. So we have to by doing those questions, we can actually practice our time management in solving those questions. And in MCAT also there are the aptitude questions are fairly simple and moderate as we got in the placement procedure. And the virtual interview thing in the MCAT actually helps a lot in preparation of those communication assessment that we got in the Accenture. And there are also in the MCAT, there was a coding round also if we opt for it. Those codes were fairly simple as I said in the Accenture also they were fairly simple. That I got some of the questions that I got were fairly simple. Actually, if you do those sincerely, the BTech Guru and MCAT, then you can easily crack those aptitude tests and coding assessments.
Yeah, as Mrunal told, the same way things will be going on. Like this, both the things which is provided by the college are important because no other college tries to just make students involved this much in something like this kind of activities, because this is the activities which a person has to do by itself. But college are forcing us, we can say forcing us, because at that time we were not knowing about it, because it wa- BTech Guru started from our first year only itself, but we were not much interested in it. But gradually, when time passed, we found that it is important for us, and how it has impacted us, that you all can see.
Okay, so that's the very good sign. And the next one, like the last one, what message do you want to give for our viewers and the our junior students for preparation?
Yeah. So basically, I want to say that all the best for your future. First of all, the preparation, you can, there are lot of stuffs in Google as well as provided by our college, and there are many ways we can get the material. But the wholeheartedly things depends on our ability and what is our determination to do the stuffs. So basically, y'all can try to just focus on different things. Like if we are preparing for one company, then go in depth, as Mral told, that you have to do the searching for what type of company, how it reacts. Like during my time, I know that I have taken around 50 to 60 YouTube videos and the interview experience. And after that, I created the common question list for the interviews, like what were the questions asked during the essential interview. After that, I just decoded them, then I arranged them in a proper way, then I just prepared for that questions. And for that reason, it was like a good thing and good sign for me, and I was able to answer each and every question, and I was able to impress him. So just be determined, be constant to the thing which you are doing. Prepare for aptitude, prepare for the interview soft skills. Just think and believe, keep believe in yourself, because the when we get our first aptitude test, you can see now there were many chances will come one after another. Just you have to grab one of them. So opportunities are many more. Just you have to be patient, be calm, and think for like you have to think in a way that I can grab anything. Just the mistake which I have done in a previous company, I must not do in the next company. So this kind of attitude you have to keep and be positive. towards the things. Our college is not that much low grade college that it will not provide us any kind of placement. It will provide us 100% placement. Just you have to be calm and work on the things which will really help to like go in this placement procedure and get selected in one of the company.
Just 1 minute, Mrunal. Rahul, I would like to really appreciate you for the suggestion that you have decoded the very common questions which were asked in the play while interview. So this suggestion is really one of the best suggestion for all of the viewers. And thank you so much and congratulate to you for your success.
Yeah, thank you.
Mrunal, will you please continue?
Okay, so most of the students at our time also panic about the interviews. So you don't have to worry about those. It is just like a casual conversation that happens between the recruiter and us. So I would say don't try to make fool of them by giving some different answer if they ask some question. If you don't know, just say that you don't know that question and you will read about it. They also know that we are not from the background, not from the IT background, and we have our limitations. Uh, so uh, so prepare accordingly for the interview. And if you want to prepare up for the coding and aptitude, I would suggest make an account on HackerRank or Geeks for Geeks and practice there. As they are very simple questions. Also prepare from the BTech Guru. See their solutions that are mentioned in the solutions, the answers PDF, so that you can understand the tricks that are used to solve those questions quickly, so that you can use those in when your time comes. And do the backgrounds. I would say do the background research for the company before you get into that. Before you want to sit for the placement, because you must know how the work culture of the company is and how whether or not uh, whether it gives its employees uh, uh, good be means whether they give their employees good benefits and respect, that we can say. So don't go for the package that you are getting. If a higher package, you should always look for your peace of mind. And yes, all the best for your future and your placements. If there are any uh, questions or any help that you need, we are always available for your help.
Thank you so much, Rahul and Brunel, for giving your precious time. This will really help our junior for their placement activities. And congratulations to everyone. Like I congratulate you on behalf of TPO and our MIT UE College. So best of luck for your future and really all the best. And appreciate your hard work. So we can conclude it now. Really, thanks a lot.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Like you mean you leave now. This the session is over. Thank you once again. Thank you.